welcome to the 2018 Pokemon VGC Open here at Toys Anime Games Comic Con here at Mid Valley Mega Mall, Kuala Lumpur. I'll be your commentator for today, Aklif.
And I'm Ismail Myron.
And we'll be commentating the tournament, the matches for today. So today, what do we have? How many players do we have today, Ismail?
We have about 55 players attended for the Masters Division, along with 2 seniors and 1 junior, for that matter.
All right, and that would mean that we will be having 6 rounds of Swiss.
6 rounds of Swiss,
and
best
all of them
3.
Best of 3. All right, correct. So who do we have today on our stream table?
For round 1 on stream, we have Ike Marvin Gilcher going up against Alan Chia, 1 player from Germany and 1 player from Singapore.
Interesting. So we have a player all the way coming from Germany. Well, actually, not exactly Germany.
Technically came from Taiwan, but his origins from Germany.
Yep. And Alan Chia is a Singaporean. Both of them actually quite decorated. Well, not quite well-doing players in tournaments recently, correct?
Absolutely, both performing very well. And we do see their teams on the sheet.
Yeah,
I believe the teams are opposite, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
As we do see Alan Chia, who is actually the player on the right. He's carrying the camera, Mimikyu,
Oh, okay.
Tapu Bulu, Reuniclus, Staraptor, and Tyranitar.
Whereas Icon Malvin Gilcher on the left side of the screen is actually carrying the Charizard, Tyranitar, Tapu Bulu, Milotic, Aegislash, and Landorus Therian. So,
First impressions, Alan Chia is running a very
Alan Chia is very
hard trick room.
Yeah, trick room centered Pokemon, and Tyranitar is, while it is more known to be a faster Pokemon, but is actually it is also well known that it can go to be more of a trick room, because I think it only has about like 50 or 60 speed base.
Absolutely, but I believe the Tyranitar on Alan Chia's team is there for the weather support.
I see.
Counter against Charizard, for that matter.
True, but like looking at his team, I suppose I think it's more against rain, because sun would benefit the camera up instead.
Absolutely, but actually if you think about it, that most of the Pokemon on Alan Chia's side is quite weak to Charizard Y, for that matter. The heat wave spam,
yep.
That's why the Tyranitar is there to cover that matchup.
He needs the spot, yeah, so the Tyranitar helps cover up for the Charizard. Not sure if it's going to be Charizard Y, Charizard X. On Alan Chia's side, however, it could be Mega Camerupt, but usually in this team it usually is.
Yep. From most of the common archetypes in Alan Chia's team, the Staraptor is normally Choice Scarf, for that matter.
Yeah, and you want to run the final Gambit, right?
Exactly, you want to run off the final Gambit, so either the Mimikyu or the Reuniclus is able to set up Trick Room.
Yeah, and going to Iker's side, the Milotic usually now has been seeing like a rise in usage due to the reason that Incineroar has been more up and coming.
Absolutely.
And also it's a very good soft check to both Incineroar as well as Landorus due to the Intimidate, and with competitive, the Ice Beam or the Scald does a lot of damage to them.
Absolutely, but in terms of team matchup right now, both I wouldn't say it's evenly. I actually prefer Alan Chia's matchup in this favor, because Iker, I don't see a Trick Room answer in his team besides the Tapu Bulu and Milotic.
No, that's the thing. Like, even if he uses Aegislash, the camera can easily handle it with let's say an Earth Power.
Absolutely, the coverage on Alan Chia's camera, it
covers a lot.
So much,
because it can hit the Tapu Bulu, it can hit the Aegislash, it can hit the Tyranitar as well.
Exactly, and the Landorus is not much of a threat, because from what I understand, the Reuniclus in most cases of that team, they tend to carry Hypnosis with the Z Trick Room.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah, so the Z Trick Room activates, and then it tends to get dishes off Hypnosis left and right.
Yeah, and Reuniclus, unlike its Gothitelle cousin, has more attacking power.
More attacking power, more utility actually.
Yeah,
for the
sure,
matter.
correct.
But yeah, the trade-off with using Gothitelle is just for the trap mainly.
Yeah, the Gothitelle trap, and I think slightly more bulk than Reuniclus.
Absolutely, but when you see Reuniclus, you should a player would expect Hypnosis to come up.
I see. All right.
Yeah, because the Hypnosis buys Alan Chia a turn for the camera or the partner.
To set up, right? Yeah.
Not to set up, to dish out damage.
Oh, correct. Yeah, like there's no real reason for Alan Chia's team to set up, because Camerup's already packing a lot of power.
Absolutely.
I think it's sheer force, right?
It is definitely going to be sheer force. So I don't see anything that can take anything on Iker's side that can take the sheer damage that's going to come from Alan Chia's team.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how does the team play out. Iker's quite defensive, whereas Alan Chia is set up Trick Room and sweep from there.
Yeah, it's set up to his whole point is that he just gets Trick Room up, and he kind of sweep. He will attempt to sweep from there. So
it's quite possible though, because the camera will tend to go first, whereas the Reuniclus will just fire off Hypnosis left and right. So it buys him a turn, like I mentioned.
Correct. Yeah, it's a lot. And for Iker's side, I guess he needs to kind of prevent Trick Room from going up if he wants to have like a better chance at winning.
I don't think he has any
exactly.
preventive measures in that team. I don't see a Taunt user, I don't see a Trick Room setter.
I mean, other than probably Tyranitar, but I'm sure if Tyranitar even like in this case carries Taunt, because usually you want all the moves on Tyranitar to be.
But the Tyranitar on Iker's side is definitely checked by the Tapu Bulu and Mega Camera.
That's why the only way he can like sort of prevent Trick Room for Gamma is by using Tyranitar, but Tyranitar is countered by a lot of other Pokemon.
Absolutely, and we're going into the game right here. Round 1, Alantia versus Ica Marvin Gilcher.
So here we go, the first round of our VGC Malaysia Open 2018 here at TAGCC.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what these both players dish out here. We do see Milotic Tyranitar coming out from Ica. I expect Reuniclus Staraptor coming out from Alantia's side.
Oh, and no, it's actually Mimikyu Bulu. So the Bulu here actually in a very good position.
Absolutely. Alantia has the answers for the Trick Room for the Pokemon on Ica's side that checks his Trick Room setters.
Correct. He wants to sort of check the Mimikyu, but I think in this case Mimikyu is still able to set up a Trick Room.
Definitely.
Yep.
The only means of preventive measures that I think can happen is probably a Rock Slide flinch, but you get checked by the Tapu Bulu, Horn Leech, or Willhammer.
The Tapu Bulu technically here can grab a KO this turn.
It
will. I think it will.
Yeah,
I think it will.
I don't see any possible intimidators coming into that slot.
If it comes in, it gives Mimikyu a chance. Yeah, it gives Mimikyu a chance to set Trick Room already.
We do see Charizard coming in here. Normally in the teams of Ica's side right here, is normally tend to be Charizard X because there's nothing abusive of the sun in that team.
True. But we have to see here on what the
we do see Trick Room going out.
So Ica here probably has to go and stall out Trick Room or has to start hitting hard in order to start making some leeway into his side. Because the issue here now with Alan is that as long as if he gets Mimikyu out and brings in his hard hitters like Hammer Up, then he can start going from there.
Absolutely, but for him, in order for him to stop, play around the Trick Room mode, it's quite difficult because Tapu Bulu is always a potential threat right there. Like the Milotic has no means of moving out of that slot because whatever switches in is still gonna get hit by a grass type move.
And a Wood Hammer in the grassy terrain hurts a lot.
Absolutely. We'll have to see how does Ica pivot from this because I think Alantia has the much better position right now in terms of board wise.
Correct. Going for a Lando and blocking that Intimidate so that the Tapu Bulu doesn't do as much damage.
Absolutely. From what I understand on Ica's side, this looks very similar to Wolfie's Charizard X team.
And it is a Charizard X, so here we go. The black and blue instead of the orange and white.
Yep. Charizard does show his first Mega Evolution of the tournament, be it the Charizard X. And we do see a Rock Slide
going for wow.
Respecting the Charizard. I like that.
Giving good respect to the Charizard. And will it pick up a flinch? No, it's actually a Z move coming from the Mimikyu.
It's a Gaussian Z on the Mimikyu.
I think it's gonna go into the Charizard slot because it's the most threatening on the field.
It's the most threatening to the Tapu Bulu because once Alantia picks up the KO on Charizard, his Tapu Bulu is free to run rampant against Ica.
And Mimikyu here going for the never-ending nightmare instead of the let's snuggle forever.
Absolutely. I don't know if this
not even enough due to the Intimidate.
Absolutely.
So
it's a very defensive play.
But if Charizard here goes for a Flare Blitz, the amount of recoil might hurt it even more.
Absolutely. But no attacks were dished out because of the Rock Slide flinch.
The Rock Slide flinch, I see. Yep. So that's how you win games.
Absolutely.
That was a 200 IQ Rock Slide.
Well, jokes aside, but the Rock Slide was definitely a good play. The flinch was just icing on the cake for Alantia.
Yeah, the Rock Slide was indeed the most optimal move that the Tapu Bulu can make.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if you can take a Flare Blitz from Charizard X.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Due to the Tough Claws boost.
Correct, yeah. The Tough Claws boost makes a difference here.
Absolutely. Now Landorus is just checked. Yeah, Tapu Bulu is definitely going to switch out.
Yeah, I think it goes into should go into Camera Up this.
Yep. Instantly when it gets the damage off, and we do see a Will-O-Wisp from the Mimikyu into the Landorus.
Wow. Alright, so the Will-O-Wisp actually causing the burn status now. It really cuts the attack off. Oh, what do we see here? We see a Charizard here. Ica capitalizing on the fact that Alan would not keep his Tapu Bulu on field.
And we do see a Sludge Bomb going on to...
Was that a Sludge Bomb?
Sludge Bomb from Landorus Therian onto the Camera Up.
That's some, sorry, that's some 300 IQ plays right there.
So the Will-O-Wisp didn't matter on the Landorus, so as we know this, it's a special Landorus.
It's a special Landorus quite an amazing turn of events because it only affects, because burn only affects physical attacks, not special
Absolutely.
attacks.
We'll have to see whether is the Landorus on Ica's side able to take any hits from the Camera Up this turn, because if it does, it's able to dish off an Earth Power.
But an Earth Power into the Charizard will really hurt it a lot.
Absolutely, the Sheer Force boost.
The Sheer Force boost. And I think it should pick up the KO.
It will definitely pick up the KO. So and there's no means of switching on that side. You have Milotic and Tyranitar at the back. Both are susceptible to the Earth Power.
He'll probably just switch into Milotic to
to soak it up.
I mean, better than having Charizard die, I guess.
Fair enough. Because the Charizard is such a key into the matchup against Tapu Bulu.
Oh, but actually switching out Landorus instead. going to the Milotic slot. I guess he goes to protect on the Charizard X.
Absolutely, with all this switching and trying to get Ica's trying to get into a proper position, he's just receiving damage for the next 5
losing
turns.
momentum every time he switches.
I don't think he's even gaining momentum for that matter. Yeah, you have to play defensively because Ica needs to
He's
get out of
stalling out
trick
the trick room, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's one issue. Even if he does, he hasn't broken the disguise on Mimikyu, so
Yep, Mimikyu is just very free to run rampant.
Yep.
And we do see that's a critical hit with the sheer force boosted flamethrower, and that
hurts
did
a lot.
that hurt a lot. But I expected much more damage.
Yeah, I guess this Milotic
it's definitely a
quite bulky.
defensive. It's a defensive variant.
very, very, very bulky of a Milotic to take that really well.
Absolutely.
And with the grass, I guess it's a little bit of a, because if usually you have the pinch berry.
Yep.
So if it did take a little bit more damage, you could proc it and then get healed up, topped up more by the grassy terrain.
Absolutely. But now I think Alancha's in prime position.
Yep, to just launch out some heat waves.
Yeah, he needs to make some brilliant switches to soak up the potential earth power from camera up.
Either the earth power or maybe he predicts a switch and of Charizard into Landorus
Exactly.
and goes to go for a heat wave.
From my understanding of Ica's team, like every turn is a prediction
Yeah,
because nothing is safe when you enter.
correct. Yep, and I assume your Landorus T comes in.
But we'll have to see whether does Alancha predict this because I can safely assume that Alancha might go for an earth power onto the Milotic
Yeah,
slot.
I would expect that, but Milotic can also protect.
Because Charizard does not offer anything in that situation just now.
Yeah, he's playing very defensively here, and I assume there should be a heat wave.
Yeah,
Oh,
Earth
no.
Power, I think. Yeah, that's what I was
Correct,
thinking. Earth Power punishing that slot because Charizard is doing nothing on the field. Yep, and we do see that Alancha definitely wants to take out the Milotic as a priority because the camera is the heavy
Yeah,
hitter
it's-
in that team.
And Camera Up is 4 times weak to water.
Absolutely, and now that the Sandstorm is gone.
Yeah, and now the trick room is actually gone, so somehow.
But regardless, Alancha is still very
yeah,
free to
Ica-
set up Trick Room again.
Iker really needs to get rid of the Mimikyu distant.
Yeah, but I don't see how. Unless the Milotic is faster than Landorus, lands off a Skull and go for a Sludge Bomb. But even then, the Sludge Bomb will not pick up the KO.
Such one won't pick up the KO.
Absolutely. It's very free to go for a Trick Room here, I feel.
Going for a U-turn instead. Okay,
You see what I mean? Like, the whole team on Ica's side is more into pivoting, trying to get himself to position.
but he can't really get into position right here because he keeps on switching and doesn't
And
really do
he's
much
getting damage.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have to see what does Ica decide to bring here. I presume it would be
Charizard.
Tita.
Data? Okay, I don't think any of the Pokemon at the back, even whatever he chooses to bring in, won't really
Won't be beneficial to him in the
won't
matchup.
be as beneficial. But I guess he can keep launching off more Intimidates by switching in.
Exactly. We do see Charizard X decide to come in here, and we do see a recover. I see Ica's just trying to stall out the Trick Room turns even more.
Yeah, but like there's almost like I would say there's no point because you're just allowing Alancha more opportunities to set up Trick Room again.
Exactly. I don't see what kind of position Ica is trying to set himself in, but in terms of team matchup wise, I think Alancha's got this.
Alancha has the advantage here. It's just now it's more of a time game as long as Ica keeps playing very defensively.
Yeah. Also in terms of the time, Ica definitely has this by 7 seconds. We'll have to see how is he gonna pivot and think fast. You know.
Yeah.
We do see Tapu Bulu coming back in.
Okay, that's a brave move from Alan.
Yeah, in front of the face of Charizard. By the way.
I guess he didn't want to because he didn't want the Milotic to launch off any sort of attack. He's going for a double switch.
We have to see what's his last Pokemon. Is that the Tyranta?
Yeah,
it is the Tyranta. Yeah.
Nice. A decent switch, but yeah, I guess the idea is that because he's afraid of taking a Scald into that position.
Yep,
Let's see if he gets the burn. Yep,
Nope, no burn.
so definitely capable of.
And we do see a Flare Blitz from Charizard going on to
Tapu Bulu slot. Ooh,
punishing.
punishing.
That's a
the
prediction
switch.
right
Yeah,
there.
that's a prediction right there. That's a pretty high IQ play. I would say so myself.
That was a good play.
That was a
but
good play.
It
I
was
think
quite gutsy in front
think
of
the
camera.
reason because either way it would be a safe play for him anyway. Because Skull would probably get the KO.
No, inside Trick Room, the camera could have easily Earth powered.
Yeah, but then it will take a Skull. It will take a
Right,
Skull
fair
from
enough, fair
Milotic.
enough.
That's why.
So Ica
So that was the
willing to
safest
trade.
play from
Yeah.
He was either planning for a trade, and that was the safest. That was kind of the optimal move he could make in that position.
And now that Milotic's in prime health after the recover and all
Correct.
the grassy terrain healing, I think he can take an Earth Power and a Rock
he
Slide.
can definitely take it. Like,
But it will come down to the flinch
yeah,
again.
but you can't take a flinch. That's the issue.
Exactly. But Tyranitar is also in a good position due to the Sandstorm, boosting his special defense by 1 stage.
But
It's
Tyranitar
free to
here
give.
is not the issue.
Yeah, it's definitely the camera
It's
for
the
sure.
camera up. Yeah. Once
Yeah.
he gets rid of the camera up here, Ica is in a much better position.
Yeah,
Obviously.
exactly. But wow, I don't know what Alan could have done better in that previous turn.
I think
because
Alan.
the Tapu Bulu is very important in the matchup.
Yeah,
I feel.
I think what Alan could have done is he could have played safer.
Exactly.
I mean, sorry, yeah, he could have played more. He could have played more predictive of what Iker was gonna go for.
Exactly, and the Tapu Bulu was so essential against the matchup for the Milotic, Tyranitar, Landorus.
Yep, correct. It helps a lot,
Yeah.
and you're going for an Earth Power and a Rock Slide, I assume.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a Rock Slide. Right.
Because Iker is really just playing the slow game right now. And oh, there's still a lot of damage even after the Intimidate. Oh, with the Life Orb, okay. But that will be topped up back by the Grass Raid.
Oh no, I believe the Charizard switched out when the Tyranitar wasn't in the field yet.
No. It switched out when it was on field.
Oh, okay,
So that was intimidated damage. It only did a lot because it had the Life Orb.
So now here's where the important calculations come in. Does the Rock Slide or whatever crunch from the Tyranitar, along with Earth Power from Camerupt, is it able to pick up the Milotic? This is a very important calculation that Alan Chia needs to get in this game.
I don't think it's possible anymore, especially after the Intimidate.
Right. Yeah, but he still needs the calculation regardless. He needs to know
Yeah,
how much will the Earth Power do to Milotic.
He needs Milotic out of here.
No, more importantly, for the games
Oh yeah,
or
for the
3
future
potentially,
games,
he needs to know how much would the Earth Power do to Milotic. He needs to know the calculation here, but Iker's not revealing that information.
switching out instead into
Into
Tyrant.
Tyranitar, what?
I guess he felt that with the special defense boost, maybe he predicted the protect. But even then, let's say that the Camerupt did go for an attack, going for the Earth Power into that slot, you hit the Tyranitar, but the Tyranitar does have the special defense boost from the Sandstorm.
Right.
It's something.
No, but it's still sheer force boosted. You gotta respect Camerupt.
Yeah, no, I don't think that Iker is really underestimating the power of Camerupt, but he needs to make ballsy plays.
No, but he's pulled off one, and there's still a next game or potentially a third game for the matter. So
Yeah.
we have to. His team is very prediction heavy. I can't pilot the team personally because it's very read based.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very player based.
Yeah, it's very.
It relies on the strength of the player to carry the team.
Exactly, and Iker's piloting it very well per se. For him to take out the Tapu Bulu in one turn, by the way.
Yep, that was a very, very good play from Iker there. But here, I think if Alan wants an opportunity to win, let's say the next games, he needs to start playing more offensively. He needs to,
He needs to dish off damage and protect the Tapu Bulu. The Tapu Bulu is such an important Pokemon in the matchup. And
going for an Earth Power into that slot, going for a Will-O-Wisp as well.
And we do see an Earth Power onto the camera.
It's right.
I think
it
Alan
is a
Chia
special,
made
yeah.
a read.
Yeah, Alan Chia. And going that Earth Power,
Going
for
the
that Earth Power into the Mega Camera slot did a lot of damage on it, and it's not mitigated by the burn from the Will-O-Wisp.
No, of course, the burn is definitely not playing a role into
that's
this.
why.
And we do see Trick Room runs out. Oh my god, this is a very free sludge bomb from the Landorus Tyrian into Mimikyu and Rock Slide.
Yeah, it's a very easy turn here for Iker. Or if as long as one doesn't miss on the Rock Slide.
I'm surprised I could pull this, but we have to see how does he.
He shouldn't go for the sub shot. He should go for Earth Power because Sludge Bomb doesn't do super effective damage on Mimikyu.
Exactly. And we do see Earth Power. What? Into camera.
I guess he's really afraid of it.
Oh, it's a Dark MZ onto the Mimikyu, I presume.
This is my surprise face.
Oh.
It's okay. We assume it goes into the Mimikyu here. Let me take this quick peek. Into Black Hole Eclipse.
Onto the.
Should be into the into the
camera.
Camera up. Oh yeah, wanting to confirm the damage on it just to get rid of it. Oh, no, on the Mimikyu. Yeah, it's on the Mimikyu. Sorry. So going to the Mimikyu, picking up the KO on that. Totally ignoring the camera up because it can pick up the KO after this turn.
Regardless, in the future turns. And by the way, Iker still has 4 Pokemon remaining.
Yeah.
The numbers game is so strong.
Yeah, he turned it around here.
I'm very surprised because in the matchup, Camera and Tapu Bulu just plays a big role in the team.
Yeah, because I think that's what Alan Chia's mistake was. He allowed he played a little bit too safe.
Too safe,
and
not utilizing the trick room.
And Iker capitalized on the fact that Alan didn't want to make any ballsy plays.
Yeah, gutsy plays, and also Iker make good switches, good protects, play the defensive game really well in that set. I gotta give him props for that.
Yeah, so Alan Chia actually going for the forfeit on this.
Yeah,
this round. So
we'll have to see how this Alan Chia
adapt onto the next
onto the next game, because I believe the Tapu Bulu and Camera needs to dish out the damage that he needs to.
He needs to be more offensive. Yeah.
Needs to be more offensive and needs to be in a position where Camera and Tapu Bulu are in at the same time.
Alan really shouldn't be afraid of starting to dish out damage because it's Iker that should be afraid, and you could clearly see in the earlier turns Iker was really afraid. Yeah, going for more
Pivoting.
switches and pivoting.
Going
and
for protects.
Yeah, and Alan should be the one to capitalize on that more.
Exactly, but it was Iker that did it in
Yeah.
game 1, so
Iker saw the opportunity. Once the Tapu Bulu went down, he saw the opportunity and he took it, and he just got the ball rolling from there.
exactly. Because like I said, once the Tapu Bulu was out of the picture, Iker was just able to snowball himself away.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, Iker turned it around with a
I'm very
4-2 sweep.
Yeah, we'll have to see how does Alan Chia adapt from this. But like I mentioned, Alan Chia really just needs to play that Tapu Bulu and camera up really, really well. Like he needs to dish out damage. That's all I can say.
Yeah, the Tapu Bulu, the camera,
Because they were just protecting.
he needs to get it and start beating some mons up.
Exactly. And that Earth Power into Landorus, I felt was a little bit redundant. I'm sure he was predicting the Charizard X to come in, but he's got to respect the Landorus over there.
Yeah, I mean, he should have. I guess like in those cases, right? He should have made more like the safer plays, as in like should go for like Heat Wave instead.
Yeah, Heat Wave to cover that option because
Yeah.
regardless he could get up Trick Room later.
Because the idea is that because the Charizard X can't do much against his camera up.
Exactly.
So he should
for that
capitalize.
turn,
He should be more focused on getting rid of like the other threats.
Exactly.
Because honestly, camera up. I mean, Charizard X is probably like the least threatening to him, only to his Tapu Bulu. But
Only to Bulu, and he managed to get the Flare Blitz off.
yeah,
How?
let's just say Iker is an amazing player.
Okay, I'll stick with that for now. But by right, that should not have happened. And we just see Mimikyu and Tapu Bulu coming out for Tyranta and Landorus. Isn't this a free Dark EMZ?
Could be.
Depending on the speed nature, we'll have to see whether there's a sand stream or the grassy terrain goes up first.
Here's the thing: the Tapu Bulu has to be scared of the
Landorus!
sludge bomb from the Landorus right here.
Exactly.
We are, we're beyond the meta now.
Oh, but regardless, right? Let's say Alan Chia decides to trade his Tapu Bulu for Tyranta, right? He will still get Trick Room up. If Iker decides to focus all his resources into the Mimikyu, he gets Trick Room out entirely. So, like a potential play could happen right now is the Sludge Bomb into the Mimikyu along with the Dark EMZ, or a Sludge Bomb to Tapu Bulu, but you get Trick Room up, but you get rid of Tapu Bulu.
Or he can just predict and press protect.
If he goes for a protect, like I said, he could either go for a Sludge Bomb onto the Mimikyu and the Dark here.
Now here is a very 50-50 from both players.
It's a very 50-50.
Because with the knowledge of the sludge bomb from the Landorus, he really scares out the Tapu Bulu here.
Exactly. And knowing the speed tiers, Tyranta and Landorus is faster than Tapu Bulu.
Going for a U-turn, I think the Dark EMZ should pop here.
I really feel the Dark EMZ is coming. So Iker is going to trade his Tyranta in regards of getting the reward of not getting Trick Room up for the remaining of the game.
It means that he controls the board now.
Exactly, but we'll have to
As
see
long
whether
as
does the Dark EMZ pick up the KO.
I think it does.
Because just now it was chipped from all the sand
A little bit, yeah.
recon.
It was
I
a
want
little
to
bit.
see whether does it pick up the KO now.
Alright, let's see from full HP.
So this calculation is very important going into the further games.
It will determine whether or not like this is a big threat that Alan should respect it as an actual threat, or it can be disregarded and for him to set up Trick Room.
Iker is able to get into this position because he's won one game. He can scout for this information. So we have to see whether does the Mimikyu take this. He needs to take this to set up Trick Room.
I think
Oh,
not.
it doesn't.
I think not.
That's a
So yeah, Iker here will control the board. Will control the board now because like the speed tiers are within his favor.
Exactly, and Iker doesn't need the Tyranta left.
Yeah, he does.
The Tyranta was just there for the Mimikyu.
Correct. Yeah. So that's why I said his Tyranta is the key to stopping Trick Room.
Exactly. And now Milotic or Landorus, I think Landorus is gonna come out right
Yeah,
now.
Lando should be coming out because against the camera up or let's say
Or the Tyranta
or the
actually.
Tyranta, yeah,
Tyranta's a
it's the
threat.
best because with the intimidate and okay, maybe special, but it can do a lot.
No, the Tyranta, we know it's will get intimidated if Iker decides to bring in Landorus right now.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it
So
helps.
it's still more beneficial for Iker to bring it. Never mind, he brought in
What?
Milotic instead.
Yeah, Tyranta's gonna come in for Alan Chia, like we mentioned.
Yeah, I think I agree with you with Landorus being the better switch in.
Being the better switch in, yeah. So you cover Charizard.
Yeah, I think the reason being is that he want. No, there's actually like
It doesn't make sense. You see my point?
I guess the only reasoning we could say is that he just wanted like a bulky and a super effective damage against the Tyranitar, but you
No,
know.
but if it was Landorus in that spot right now where it was Tyranitar, that Landorus could go for a Sludge Bomb onto Tapu Bulu and Charizard could dish out damage onto
Correct.
the Tyranitar.
Yeah, Iker should have
Either
really
game.
brought in Landorus, but
Now-
either way,
Now Milotic is a liability
it's kind
on
of
the team.
no. See, and he just switched it out.
I don't understand.
I guess
I feel it's a wasted turn.
I think Iker was like trying to bait something in, trying to bait an attack into it because as you can see, he didn't switch out his Tapu Bulu.
But he
So
was
if
looking for a
Iker
protect.
over predicted,
Yeah. A potential Protect and Rock Slide can come out from Alantia right
Correct, yeah. Because Tyranitar here is a big threat, but...
now. Will-O-Wisp? That explains everything.
But here Tapu Bulu is still attacking. He's probably going for another...
But it's intimidated, by the way.
True, but it still does a lot of damage with
Yep, Wood Hammer.
into the Charizard.
I don't understand this game. Rock Slide going out.
I think Alan probably predicted Charizard to show, but like, why would he switch out, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason for Charizard other than the fact that he might be afraid of the Tyranitar's Rock Slide. But as you can see, it takes it really well, especially with the Landorus Intimidate.
Exactly, and now that Alantia does not have speed control, Ica just has the game. With the Will-O-Wisp on Charizard, it's already shut down the Tyranitar.
Correct.
And knowing that the Charizard has Roost,
yeah, he can just stall out the turns.
It's gonna stall out.
Like he doesn't even need Charizard to take out the Tapu Bulu because he can Sludge Bomb with Landorus.
With Landorus, yeah. So now the Charizard is just a wall.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the Charizard is even better than Celesteela.
Yeah, in this case, of course.
In this scenario. Yeah, it's...
Actually, switching out, yep.
Cabrap's gonna come in.
But there's no point because like an Earth Power into that slot also will be really hurtful for him.
The combination of Landorus and Charizard is just gonna be overwhelming for Alantia. And he's gotta receive the damage.
Yeah,
regardless.
exactly. Even with the Roost, because with the Burn and the Intimidate, barely does any damage to the Charizard. I think only just a quarter damage.
Exactly.
Ooh, going for a Crutch instead.
He has to go for the defense drops right now. That's his best play.
But
does he get it? No, he does not get it.
It seems like he loses just as the same amount of HP he deals.
Exactly.
So here, prime positions for both Pokemon here. Well, maybe the Charizard also, but the Landorus here, easy. It's very easy for him to start capitalizing on it.
I think now for Alantia's side, he's got to protect the camera and make sure the Tyranitar partner is able to crit or pull off a miracle against the Landorus.
Try to Rock Slide, I guess.
Yeah. But regardless, even if the camera still remains, there's a Milotic in the back. Right now, it's coming in.
Yep. We'll just have to see on what the Charizard goes for, man. Charizard, I guess, can go for Protect this turn.
Protect or...
I mean, it could.
Yeah.
Or it could just go... Because like, it can't really do much damage to both the Camerupt and the Tyranitar.
Exactly. Yep, Charizard does go for a Protect. It's the defensive mode for Ica. What's Tyranitar go for? I presume Rock Slide, because he needs the Charizard out.
Yeah, he needs the Charizard. He needs the Landorus out, actually.
Yeah. And for all I know now, the Milotic is easy to go for a Scald onto the Camerupt. And Charizard, the best play will be bringing Landorus on the Charizard slot.
Yeah, I agree that.
Charizard does nothing on the field.
I'm just afraid that the Camerupt might go for Protect this time to mitigate it, but...
No, but regardless, you bring in Landorus.
Yeah, true. And Landorus will be able to, pick it off from there. I think Sandstorm should be over really soon.
Exactly, and the Tyranitar is at -1 along with the Burn.
Yeah, the Burn was the
game changer, I feel.
Yeah, like quite a literal burn, actually.
Yeah, it was a literal burn, and I could just seals up the game. I don't know.
I should seal it up from here, man.
It came down to turn 1. Was he willing to do the trade?
Yeah, he was definitely willing because I think Mimikyu was the main problem. Oh, switching on it. So
Tapu Bulu.
In this scenario, I was thinking the other thing he can do is Scald and Flare Blitz into that slot. However, however never mind, it happened anyway. Yeah. The issue with that was that what happens if Camera goes for Protect? You waste that turn.
Exactly, and we do see a Skull going onto the Tyranitar.
But I guess IK is just cleaning it up.
Yeah. I don't see a way for him to stop the Landorus and Tyranitar lead in turn 1. I think the only potential way for him to do that was with the Staraptor with the final Gambit.
Yeah, but he chose not to because he wanted more Pokemon to capitalize on Trick Room.
Exactly. If Alantia had a game 3, let's say per se he won this round, I don't think he would have brought the Tyranitar. He would have brought the Staraptor instead.
Correct.
Knowing that the Charizard has Will-O-Wisp and there's a Milotic beside it, Tyranitar was just dead weight.
Yeah, here the Charizard can just switch out. Like he can choose to focus onto the Mega Camerupt very easily because
there's no Sandstorm.
There's no Sandstorm.
Special defense boost. But Camerupt doesn't get the Sandstorm boost. It's only for rock types.
No. The idea is because like as long as he focused on the Camerupt, the Tyranitar can't really do anything.
Exactly. And we do see a Flabis going onto the Tyranitar, I presume. Yes. Does it pick up the KO?
Should pick up the KO.
And we do see a Skull going onto the Camerupt.
Right now, Charizard X doesn't really need to do much. It's done its job. It's done more than its job.
Everything. Yeah. Oh my god. I think the Will-O-Wisp was the game changer.
Will-O-Wisp, yeah. The Will-O-Wisp onto the Tyranitar was big players.
And by the way, the Rock Slide was like a 5-hit KO, by the way. So great plays, I think, all around.
Yeah, you can just roost whatever turn you want, man.
Exactly. I thought Alantia had the better matchup.
We both expected it to have the better matchup. But
the move sets on these Pokemon define the game.
Yep. So it just goes to show that Landorus T isn't always physical, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. And also one calculation that derailed Alenchia's plan
Was
was
the
the Dark
Dark
MZ,
MZ, yeah.
the Dark MZ into Mimikyu.
He
And
was,
it was,
he was
slower on purpose against the Landorus, so the Tyranitar moves second always.
Yep. I think that's a very key calculation. Speed calc.
Absolutely. Speed calculation and
But
also
I would think like Landorus is naturally faster than Tyranitar anyway, so it's kind of natural you expect that.
exactly. But I'm just surprised that there were no intimidators, by the way, on Alenchia's side. There were none.
So there
I'm
were
just-
no like passive mitigation.
There was no passive mitigation to prevent
damage, yeah.
the Dark MZ's damage
Correct.
from picking up the KO on Ica's on Alenchia's Mimikyu, by the way.
Okay. Either way, we would like to congratulate Ica for winning his first round here at the 2018 Pokemon VGC Malaysia Open at TAGCC. So we will catch you soon for round 2.
Winners interview.
Oh,
right?
winners interview. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it to you, Ismat, to
Yeah, I'll handle the
interview
winners
Ica. We will catch you for the winners interview with Ica Marvin Kilcher.